Your top story, thousands of mine workers are marching to banks to protest bank account closures by the four major banks in the country. Protests are being held in several centres, including Middelburg, Klerksdorp and Delmas. The mining communities are out in large numbers and raise their concerns about their future if the banks do not open the company's bank accounts. The mining communities say that the banks cannot let the ordinary workers of the mine and their families suffer because of their own political agenda. March leaders have handed over memorandums of demand to bank representatives. The bank branches in Hendrina and Middelburg have accepted the memos, while protesters in Delmas are due to deliver their demands. The branch representatives have promised that the memorandums will be given due consideration. Let's get the latest details now. For that, we are joined by ANN7 reporter Nobesutu Hedjani. Joins us live from Hendrina. Good afternoon to you, Nobesutu. Just give us the latest details and developments from Hendrina.
A very good afternoon to you, Abigail, and the viewers at home. Now, to conclude the activities of today, we have seen the protesters from different mines in the area handing over memorandums to the Absa Bank, Capitec Bank, and also Standard Bank. But with me, I am joined by the leader of this march, Mr. Sibu Mahlangu, who was the convener and also leading the protesters to hand over these memorandums in the area. Very good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you for your time. We've seen today you guys handing over memorandums. Can you just briefly explain to the viewers what was contained in those memorandums, just briefly?
In a nutshell, what was contained in the memorandum are the projects. In fact, it was the demands made by the employees of Optimum Coal joined with Quarrenfontein Mines. In one of the demands, what the demands entailed were the projects that are affected as a result of the banks not wanting to offer their services to our employers. So what we are saying is we are clearly stating what will happen should the banks continue to maintain the decision that they've taken to withdraw their services from Optimum Coal.
We've seen you handing over the memorandums and also three banks accepting these memorandums. Have you given them a frame time as to when you guys revisit them if nothing has changed?
Yes, ma'am. We have given a clear time frame. We've given the banks 7 days to which they must respond to our demands. Failure to do so would mean that we would have to converge again and come and sit in the banks until they accede to our demands.
Okay, what is the main issue here? Because we understand some people have been saying that if the banks do not reopen these accounts, they will come here and stay here in the banks and also want these banks to take fully responsibilities in paying them rents, supplying them with water. What are some of the challenges that the communities are currently facing with the closure of these accounts?
Look, you must understand that this issue affects a whole lot of other issues. Currently, Optimum Coal is responsible for offering medical services towards approximately 30,000 community members around Hendrina and the surrounding areas. Now, without the assistance of banks, those services cannot be provided. Furthermore, we have SLP projects and CSI projects that are supposed to be carried out by the business. But without the assistance of the bank, that cannot be achieved. Now, that is the situation that we find ourselves in. But more than that, the real issue here is that if this continues to happen, the jobs of these poor workers here will be at stake because the employer cannot run the business without the assistance of the banks. And when that happens, their families, their communities will suffer as a result of that. Now, this is what we are saying. As much as there are other issues that we do not know of, but we're saying let them come out and give us a clear position as to what is happening, because we cannot suffer as a result of the closure. These people have done nothing wrong. They need to be given, they need to ensure that their families are catered for.
We also believe that this is politically motivated? Because we've been speaking to some of the workers. They're saying that politics should not be involved in this regard.
Look, a lot has been said. This issue is in the public domain. Everyone knows about it. But you know what we are failing to understand is that if this indeed is politically motivated, then if this is not politically motivated rather, someone must say, this is what we have found to be the problem against your employers. And South Africa is a state whereby no one is above the law. So if these people, if these employers are alleged to have been in other fraudulent affairs or so, that should be addressed. But if not, please let the banks provide so that our members can get assistance.
That was Sbu Mahlangu representing the miners, saying that they will revisit these 3 banks in 7 days to find out what has been said or done with regards to their demands. But for now, though, I will toss it back to you in studio.
All right, well, thank you very much, Nobesutu, for the update. That was ANN7 reporter Nobesutu Hejani.